as it's really quiet at the moment, I'm having a bit of a fire sale on my cars, so let's get into it. I think it is just a motor trade at the moment, but I'm really quiet at the moment. I'm not getting many inquiries on my cars, so I'm dropping the prices on the cars to try and get them moving on, because I can't afford to have them sitting around for too long. So the Vauxhall Viva, that was up for 5,495. I've dropped that down to 5,295. The Peugeot 208, that was 7,295. I've dropped that down to 6,995. The Suzuki SX4, which I'm surprised is still sitting around here. I thought this would be gone by now. That was 3,995, and I've dropped that down to 3,895. I've had an inquiry on the Kia Rio, so we'll see how that goes. The customer might come down this weekend. That was initially up for 5,295. I've dropped that down to 4,995. So all the cars that I've got listed up for sale at the moment are well under Auto Trader recommended retail price. So we'll see how we get on, and if the price reductions bring some interest into the cars. Otherwise, I've just got money sitting around on these cars and it's not doing anything for me. So if you watched my previous video, it was 2 videos ago now at the time of recording, I got this Fiat Panda in part exchange. Thanks to everyone commenting on the video of what I should do with it, if I should retail it out or to sell it as is and trade it out. After a lot of consideration, I've decided to retail it out, because there is quite a bit of profit in this car if I get it up to standard. So what we need to do is the bodywork, essentially. So the front bumper, the back bumper, and give the whole bodywork a good polish. So I'm going to take it down to my body shop and get them to have a look at it in person. I did send them some pictures over, but obviously in person they get a better idea of the condition of the car. So we'll see what they said, how much they quote me on the bodywork. And also I was going through some of the paperwork. There was an advisory on a drop link, which has been done, which is good, but there was an advisory on the tyre, on the near side front tyre. And like I said, when I got this car into stock, the tracking on the car was well out. So I'll try and do a little clip of that, and I think that's what's caused. It's only the near side front tyre, so it's caused wearing on the inner edge. So we'll have to check that out, and if need be, I'll change the front 2 tyres. I want to get the car mechanically sound before it goes out and stuff. So even though the car's been sitting around for about a week or so now, the Panda started up first time. So let's have a look at these tyres. So you can see on the inner edge, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, there is no tread there compared to this side. So that's a telltale sign of the tracking being out. And then on this side, actually this one might have been replaced, because that one looks okay. So you might just need to do the offside front. So she might have got the near side front done and not the offside, because that doesn't look too safe to me. I'll take it down to my tyre guys, see what they say. If they recommend that I get it changed, I'll get it changed. I think you need to be on the safe side. So I'm in the car park where I store my cars. Hopefully this will show you how bad the steering is on this car. So to keep it in a straight line, I have to keep the steering wheel at an angle like that. Otherwise it just veers off to the right, as you can see there. And this is something that the customer didn't disclose to us, as she said she didn't notice it while she was driving. You would have thought that's a bit of a obvious one to spot, but hey ho, we will get the tracking done now. So I've got the tracking done on the car, and as you can see now is where the steering wheel, as I was showing you, was bent and it was out of alignment. It's all green now, apart from the rear one here on the driver's side, but that shouldn't really cause a big issue. But it's still drifting to the right, so I want to take it back to the garage where I got the tracking done and see if they can adjust it again to make sure it drives correctly. In terms of the bodywork, so I took it down to the body shop yesterday, and obviously we know that this panel was only the good panel out of the whole car. So remember this is a Cat S, so it must have had a hit here, which kind of goes in line with the tracking being out as well, and is drifting to the right. So they did a quick polish on the bonnet to see how it would come out, and it comes out really well. So they're giving me a price to do the whole car, to polish the whole car, but I'm tempted, because it's not too bad. Like, it's going to be a cheap car for someone, and I've always wanted to polish a car myself and get into that kind of stuff. So I'm tempted to buy a polishing kit myself. So I think it'd be a good investment for me to buy a polisher. But one thing that they did notice, and they noticed it straight away, and they're trained experts and stuff. I don't know if you can see it in a camera, but the red on the car or on the bonnet in this example is slightly different colour to this replaced wing. So whoever did the body work on that wing and sprayed it up must have just used whatever red they had in the body shop and not matched it to that colour. So this colour is, you can't really see it, but this is a slightly darker, almost a cherry kind of colour, and this is a bit of a brighter red. But my body shop said once you polish the whole car, this won't stick out as much, and it's going to be a cheap car, so I don't think I'm going to get paid to get that done. So yeah, but the only problem is with the body shop, again, they're always flat out, so I have to wait 2 weeks for this to get booked in. So I'm going to drop that off to them next week, and then a couple of days for them to do that. So 2 weeks, that's going to be sitting around, unfortunately. But yeah, so we crack on. If you guys had watched my previous video, you would have seen that I got a Nissan Juke in stock. It only had a couple of months MOT left on it, so I dropped it off to my MOT station yesterday to get a fresh MOT. So let's go and see if it's passed or not. So I've just picked up the Juke from the MOT station, and let's have a look at the test results of the MOT, and it's passed. It's passed with no advisories, so that's good news. So the car's going to go out with 12 months advisory free MOT. So all I've got to do in this one now mechanically is get the tracking done, because it's still slightly out and it drifts to the left. So I need to get that done and then just get a service. So we'll do the oil filter, air filter. So talking of weird issues, I'm back in the Fiat Panda, and something that I noticed when I took it down to get the tracking done, and something I should have noticed on the test drive, but I thought it was because the lights were genuinely on. As soon as you switch the engine on and stuff, the main beams are on. So the main lights are on, even though the side, they shouldn't be on. That should be off, I guess, and then that should be on. So again, if you guys have noticed this, I'll come across this, I think this is a Fiat thing, because when I looked on Google and stuff, apparently this happens to the Fiat 500s as well. So it's down to like a bad connection. So I'll have to get my mechanics to look into that, because lights should surely only come on when I have the lights on and actually switch it off. But I think when I test drove it, I'm sure the lights were on, but I genuinely can't remember now. But again, you're telling me the person who part exchanged his car in didn't know about that, because that's clearly something that was there before they sold it to me. But again, this is what happens sometimes. Not everything's disclosed in terms of issues with cars when people part exchange them in, but I guess it's all part of the trade and it's all part of the business. So I'll have to get that looked into. Also, any of you guys who are watching a video who are MOT testers, let me know in the comments down below. The car that can't switch between side lights and main beams, is that not an MOT failure? Because this car had a MOT just before we got it into stock. So I'm guessing it's not an MOT failure, not unless they've had a dodgy MOT done on it. So let me know in the comments down below. Thank you. In terms of a general update on what's happening with the cars, you will never guess what. I've actually had a call and an inquiry on the A-Class. Today is Friday, and the person potentially might come, I think they said Sunday, but they said they'll try and come over the weekend. So hopefully they do come down. They talked about me just getting the car delivered to them, because they're quite a distance away from me. They're down in Southampton. So it's about 100 odd miles, I think, down to Southampton. So they wanted me just to get the car delivered to them, but I did say to them, I prefer if you come up here, have a look around the car, take it for a test drive and all that stuff, and if you're happy with the car, then we can always arrange delivery of the car. So hopefully fingers crossed, that might go this weekend. So we've had 2 inquiries on the Kia Rio over the last couple of days. Someone's going to come and view it tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, and I've got someone else lined up Sunday. So hopefully out of the 2 people that come and view it, that's going to get sold as well. So what I'm going to do now, because it's been sitting around for a little while, even though we've got brand new disc pads, you can see they've got a bit rusty there. So what I'm going to do, just take it for a spin around this car park, get all the rust off and stuff, ready for when they come and view it tomorrow. It's not much and then when I come tomorrow, all I will have to do then is just try and tidy the car up and get all of this ice and stuff off, because it's been freezing last couple of days. But that's about it in terms of business. I haven't had much else going on in terms of sales. It's been really quiet in terms of the other inquiries on the other cars. I'm just trying to get stuff ready and prepped. The SX4 is still sitting there. I feel sorry for it now. It's like it's been there for good few months. I thought it would be a quick seller, but it's just sitting there looking sad to me now. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted how we get on with the cars, and then hopefully we get some sold over the weekend. Also, if you watched the previous video of the Nissan Juke, you would have seen that I mentioned that there's some lacquer peel along the rear bumper, along here. So I've taken it down to my body shop, and they've quoted me £160, because what they've said is they'll have to respray the whole bumper. If you're a regular viewer to the channel, you will probably see or engage that I don't really get my hands dirty, apart from giving the cars a refresh, in terms of giving cars a service or doing any bodywork to the cars. But what I'm going to do is going to be a bit brave here. Same as with the Panda, which is down over there. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to give that a full machine polish. Getting a bit brave now. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to attempt to fix the lacquer peel here, because it's only well, it's quite a long section, but it isn't that big a section compared to if it was like a big obvious section down here. I'm going to attempt to do it, and if it does go bad, like I said to my body shop guys, if it doesn't work out and it doesn't look up to standards, then I can always just, I know the cost of getting the whole bumper resprayed now. But what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to try and get this re-lacquered and repair it myself. It won't be in this video, it will be in the next video, because I don't have anything that could do it. I don't have the clear coat, I don't have the wet and dry sandpaper, I don't have a machine polisher at the moment. So I'm going to have to get all that stuff done before I attempt it. So make sure you subscribe to check out that video and hit the bell notification, so you get notified when that video comes out, and we'll see how I get on and see how it turns out. I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad, because it's on this kind of bend here. It shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. And even if it's not 100%, I think it should be acceptable. But we'll see how we get on. So Sunday morning, we had a call on a Vauxhall Viva yesterday afternoon. A customer who lives in Stevenage, about an hour away from us, interested in having a look at the car. It's for their son. I think it's for the first car, but by the time they could get here, it would have been past 4 o'clock. So we've rescheduled for this morning, so we'll see how we get on with that one. Also the Kia Rio, so the customer was going to come down and view this one yesterday, but they rescheduled for today as well. So we've got 2 viewings today. Hopefully we get some cars sold. So we've had a test drive both on the Vauxhall Viva and the Kia Rio. So the Vauxhall Viva, the parents come down for their son, they really like the car. They went and test drove another car, and they said they'd let me know if it's between this one or the other one. I'm not sure what the other car was. I did ask them what it was over messaging and stuff, WhatsApp, but they didn't tell me. And unfortunately they bought the other car, so no sale on the Vauxhall Viva, unfortunately. On the Kia Rio, so a lady come down with her sister and her mother and her daughter from Leicester to come and view the Kia Rio. Her sister actually has a Kia Rio as well, 1 year older than this one, and it's a black one, 5 doors, so they're pretty much twins. They're pretty much the same, just this one's a VR7 and that one was a Kia Rio 2, I think it was. So they really liked it. But if you watch my previous videos, you know I had an issue with the gear stick. So it's some of the customers, I've had 2 test drives in the car now, and for me it's okay, like I can get into the gears fine, but some of the customers are finding it hard to get into the gears, and it's doing it now, but sometimes it's not returning back into the middle, and they're struggling to find third. See, third there is a bit of a struggle sometimes, but most of the time it's fine. And when she was taking it for a test drive, she was struggling to get into gears, and obviously she's driven her sister's car, so she knows how it feels So my mechanic did a kind of a quick fix. I mean, we thought we had fixed that issue, but it's come back again. So I'm going to have to speak to them. It might be I think most likely it's going to be the gear linkages on there. So she's happy to buy the car as long as we get that issue fixed. So potentially we've got a sale on that one, which is good news, because it is pretty quiet out here in terms of sales. And I'll just finish up on the A-Class. So we were going to have a test drive on the A-Class this weekend, but unfortunately the person that's going to come down to test drive the car, because they initially just wanted me to deliver it to them, but I said it's always best to come down and have a look around the car. They're from Southampton. They were going to come down with their friends this weekend to come and have a look at the car, but unfortunately due to the weather and stuff, his friend wasn't confident in driving all that way. It's over 100 miles, about 110 miles from Northampton to Southampton, or Southampton to Northampton. So we scheduled a booking on the viewing on that for next weekend. So hopefully we'll see how that one goes and get that one sold. So hopefully if we get a few cars sold this month, that would be really good, and I need to get some of the cars up prepped as well. I'm waiting for my mechanic to be available to do the reverse cam on that. He's really busy at the moment. I need to get sort out the mocker as well. Need to get the door change on that one. Going to do the lacquer peel repair on that. On the Nissan Juke, that's up for sale. No inquiries on that one. This one we need to sort out the door lock on that one. That's up for sale. We've spoken about the Kia, and then this one is going to the bodywork this week. I'm going to buy a polisher, do the polish the whole bodywork, and then get the car, the front and the rear bumper sprayed, and then that should be good to go. But we've got an issue with the lights on that one, so we need to get that one sorted as well. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope I've given you a good overview of how it is in the car trade as an independent car trader. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Keep warm in these freezing cold temperatures. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the notification bell, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Again, about 80% of you are watching the videos are not subscribed to the channel. Please hit the subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and it helps to grow a community here on YouTube, and it pushes out the videos to other YouTube viewers who might be interested in the video. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.